Good evening. My name is Kimberly, and I am the owner of Dawn and Dust Travel Agency, where we book and arrange for travel planning and vacation experiences, as well as teaching and advocating for travel literacy and education. And for today's topic for Travel Tip Tuesday, we will be, hold on, let me fix my leg. Dang, right. We will be talking about how to save money for travel. So first and foremost, why is this important? I feel like it's almost common sense why it's important. Is if you don't have money, you can't expect to spend it. You know? And I find that when people budget for their trips and they set a goal to do so, they are always more likely to go because you're reaching that goal. Like, you're putting up all this money, you having all this discipline with your spending habits and your finances, and you're waiting and saving up to go on this trip. Ooh, excuse me, I had to go. So I find that when people budget properly for their trips and their vacations, they're always more likely, almost always more likely to go. Stuff happens. Life is real. It's not nice.
No.
But I find that budgeting always helps, especially when it comes to learning how to save, because you'll be surprised how many people don't know how to save. Not even just with travel, but in general, or in all facets of life. And that's why I kind of wanted to do this too, because I feel like somebody could use that in a different aspect of life. You don't have to necessarily use the exact formulas that I'm using either. Everyone's budget is unique to them, and everyone's money situation is different. So do what works for you. This is just a basic, ABC example right here. So first and foremost, why is saving and budgeting an important skill, particularly when it comes to traveling? For one, you budget for what you want. If you know you want something quick, something small, something little, you might only budget a couple $100. You could do it. We didn't even spend $1,000 in Mardi Gras, and that was just Louisiana.
Oh, what?
It's very possible. It's very possible. Or if you want to go on, like a big giant scale and, do it big for like a landmark birthday, a family reunion, or a wedding, or, something extravagant or fabulous, like a real, especially like destination trips, they could run you easily like $2,000-$3,000 minimum, depending on where you're going. And I don't know about y'all, but I definitely don't just have a couple stacks laying around and sitting there. So I always encourage people to save. And especially when you do this, you know what you can and can't afford. So even if you know you want to go somewhere, you don't know when you want to go, but you know you want to go, and you know how much about you can expect to be able to afford, you can figure out how much to save for that. You don't have to have a destination in mind when you first start planning for your travels. I know some people, I don't do it because I'm a planning crazy person. I need A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, day 1, day 2, day 3. That's how I am. But there are some people who will be like, I got $1,000. I want to go somewhere. But you've saved that $1,000, so you can go somewhere. It's one thing if you stack up the money for whenever you want to feel like using it. You use it whenever you want.
But how you do it, though?
Like me, what I like to do, you can know exactly how much your trip is going to cost, exactly how much, by line item, how much every single thing will be, and then from there you determine your savings goal. And I'm going to break it down for everybody. I hope everybody's taking notes. I hope it's not backwards.
Oh no,
we're going to pray it's not backwards, but I'm going to say it out loud too, just in case. But yeah. And thirdly, most importantly, you want to budget for travel just to avoid your disappointment. It's nothing worse than knowing you want to go somewhere so bad. You want to be at this place, lying in the beach under the sun, drinking out a coconut, but you didn't have the funds like you thought you would.
Dang, that's tragic.
And I say like you thought you would because that happens. You might think one day you got it down, you got it all saved, ready for this trip, and life will drop kick you sometimes.
And then curb stomp you.
Trust me, I have felt it before. So, if you want to avoid all that disappointment, all the confusion, all of the, running around trying to stretch yourself out and planning and financing and stuff, this is going to be a real quick and easy formula for you guys. There are a couple of them.
All right, let's get it.
So, the basic breakdown, there are 3 things that you want to try to know or determine before you start planning for your savings budget. And those 3 things are going to be knowing when, where, and how much your trip will be. Now, as I said before, you might not know all of those things at first, but by the end, you will most definitely know how much it will cost at least. or you'll at least have an idea of how much it'll cost or when will be a better time to go. Because it is also true now, planning travel can be, as to the T as you want, but travel fluctuates all the time. Obviously, during the current outbreak, everything shut down immediately.
Yeah, Rona ain't.
So you have to be prepared for that as well. You have to include in your pricing travel insurance. Travel insurance saves lives, as a lot of people are learning the hard way right now. So you have to include that in your cost too. And I'm going to break down what total trip costs mean and what's all included in that. But you always want to try to start knowing when, where, or how much you can afford. Now, there are two ways to do this. I kind of fluctuate with the when and where, like I just said. And I'm going to show you two examples of those for different ones, Plan A and Plan B. And so with that, we're going to go into the instructional part. So, do a little gangster lean right here. All right, turn sideways. So, so y'all can see. I hope that's not backwards.
You good, fam?
But, so, this is your savings plan breakdown. Or at least, an easy ABC 1, 2, 3. So, there are some terms. I lied, I'm going to put this up here. There are some terms that you want to keep in mind. So, firstly, and I'm going to say it out loud just in case you can't read it. So, firstly, first term you want to know is your monthly savings goal. And I've shortened that to MSG, like the salt. But your monthly savings goal is the amount of money needed per month to save toward the total of your trip costs. So how many months do you need to save in order to have enough money to go on this trip? That's your monthly savings goal. Your total trip cost is the complete total of everything that you will experience or have to use or go through, so to speak, during this vacation. So lodging, flights, tours, food, souvenirs, anything that you want to personally go ahead and save and be ready for. I personally like to throw my food budget in to the savings. That way I don't have to worry about it before I go. Because a lot of people think, oh yeah, they end up going where they're going. Be like, dang, I don't have no money for food. Or I can't get any souvenirs. So if you know you're one of those people, include that in the budget. That way you don't have to worry about it when it comes time for you to travel. Next, we're going to discuss estimated savings time. And that is the number of months between your savings start date and 30 days before your departure. Now, I said 30 days just because that's my policy. I like being prepared in as many ways as I possibly can. So I always include 30 days just as that little window of what if, because what ifs are for real. You never know when something can happen, especially when, God forbid, you've already booked something and you have to cancel. At least you have that 30-day window to avoid any extra cancellation fees from third parties or from businesses that you may have already booked or reserved. So,
true that. And then lastly, stay ready. You don't got to get ready.
Desired savings time is the number of months between that same savings start date and whenever you feel like not saving anymore. So like I said, there are people who sometimes know they want to go somewhere, but they don't know when. Desired savings time are perfect for y'all because you can save and save and save however much you want to save, depending on what you want to spend. So you could say, for example, I feel like I got about $3,000. I don't know when I want to go, but I want to go somewhere.
Oh, you got money.
$3,000. That seems cool. And then from there, you budget that $3,000 per month, depending on what you want to do, what you want to see, or if you also are just one of those people who don't feel like planning at all, you can save that $3,000, give your budget to someone like me, and then I figure it out for you.
Yeah, you're pretty cool because I don't feel like doing that.
Travel agents are perfect for situations like this because it's our job and our expertise to be able to create, wonderful package deals and itineraries that are custom and personal for you. So if you don't feel like doing that, I can help you do that too. But just remember the difference between estimated savings time and desired savings time. So your estimate savings start at your savings start date and go until 30 days before your departure. Your desired savings time, you save for however long you want to until whenever when. Now,
snap, it's about to go down.
Take notes on. So this is key because This is two different equations to help you figure out your monthly savings goal. So, which is shortened or hyphenated to MSG. And I'm going to be talking like that when we do the algebra. Just like they did in math class. I'm not going to say monthly savings goal 8 times. I'm not.
I feel you.
So, MSG, which is your monthly savings goal, equals A or B. So remember in the beginning, I said there were two scenarios for the two different types of people. People who know when they want to go, but don't know how much it'll cost. Or people who don't know when they want to go, but they do know how much it'll cost. So, first equation is total trip cost, or TTC, divided by your estimated savings time, which is EST. So the first equation is MSG equals TTC divided by EST. So monthly savings goal equals total trip cost divided by estimated savings time. Second, number B. Oh, Lord. Let it be, y'all.
Even players mess up, bro.
Total trip cost, or TTC, divided by your desired savings time plus 30 days. So, MSG, for equation B, MSG equals TTC divided by your desired savings time plus 30 days, or DST. Now, I say 30 days on desired savings time because, again, you never know. And because the desired savings time equation, or the desired savings time method, kind of fluctuates when you feel like it, it's a lot more variable, so you never know when something will happen. So I always add an extra 30 days, even if you already know you've decided when you want to stop saving by. Add a couple weeks, or add one more payment, or add a little some extra chunk for the just in case. That way you know you're covered for. And if you continue to save it up, that's a little extra chunk of change for you to use while you're on your trip anyway. So that's why I always put 30 days in with the extra desired savings time, just for that little, backup. So once again, just in case anyone's writing it down, so MSG equals TTC divided by EST, or MSG equals TTC divided by DST. Okay, so that's everything. And hopefully when I put this on YouTube, I can flip it over so you can see.
Oh, you good, girl. I'm all the way attentive.
But we'll figure it out. So, next, we have our two examples for both equation A and equation B. So, example A, if you're going on a birthday trip, we're going to use me, for example. My birthday is in January. So I want to go somewhere on my birthday, January 2021, right? Where? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't really have any ideas, but that's all right. However, I do have a budget for how much I want to spend, and that's normally how I do. So for me, it's my birthday. I want to have, a good time, especially if I'm going to another country.
Turn up
a couple stacks, have a good time. So my budget is $5,000 for my birthday trip. My savings start date will be, for example, this month, March 2020. So, for that equation, meaning, when do I want to go? January 2021. I don't know where, but my budget is $5,000, and my savings start date is this month, March 2020. So, this equation will go as follows. So, MSG equals TTC, which is 5,000, divided by the number of months between March 2020 and December 2020. Because you remember I said 30 days before my departure date. My departure date is January 2021. So if I want to go in January of 2021, I need to have all my stuff settled and saved by December 2020. So with that, between March and December 2020 is 9 months. So you're going to take your TTC, which is $5,000, and divide that by 9 months. And that will give you, rounded up to $556. I always round up because I like even numbers. I don't like little change numbers. I like numbers that ends in 5s and 0s. Even if it's, even if the number is bigger than the actual amount that you calculate to save, even if you add an extra $1 or extra $5 to your monthly payment, that's only more money for you in the end. So you can't go wrong with that either. So one more time, for equation A, we have leaving in January of next year, $5,000 budget. Savings start date this month of March 2020. Oh my gosh, how you do it? So MSG equals $5,000 divided by the number of months in between March of 2020 and December of 2020, which is 9 months. So $5,000 divided by 9 months equals $555.56, or rounded up to $556. So that's equation A with your estimated savings time. Estimated savings time.
All right,
Because
cool.
again,
I'm
9
with it.
months,
Let's get
that
it.
was our estimation between March and December. So for equation B is a little different, because remember that equation was for those travelers who, know how much they want to save, but they don't know when they want to go. And that's all right too. If you got a stack and you're waiting to use it, that's fine. That's fantastic. I wish I could have it that way, but you still kind of need a little bit of a plan, at least to know how much you want to save a month. So, this is for summer vacation. Don't know when we're going, but we know we're going to St. Lucia, because that's on my list. That's where I want to go next. So $5,000. My savings start date will be March 2020, like we said. So with this equation, your monthly savings goal will be $5,000 divided by the number of months you want to save plus 30 days. So if I know that I want to go to St. Lucia is expensive, y'all. It's not cheap whatsoever. If I know that I want to go to St. Lucia, I'm bringing $5,000. That'd be cool. That'd be great. Or at least I know I want to bring $5,000 there. Want to bring. I know I'm gonna take maybe a year to save, so 12 months, cool. Plus 30 days. So yeah, I said 12 months, but I'm gonna add that one extra 30 days just in case. So that brings me up to 13 months. So now our equation is $5,000 divided by 13 months, which equals or calculates
you sure kept it moving though.
$384.62. Or again, rounded up, $385. I like round even numbers. They're easier to work with and easier to remember as well. So back from the top, equation B. Don't know where we're going, but we know we're going to St. Lucia for $5,000, starting to save in March of this year. So your monthly savings goal is $5,000 divided by the 12 months that I wanted to save plus 30 days. So 12 months plus 30 days is 13 months. So that brings our equation to $5,000 divided by 13 months, which is $384 plus 62 cents, or round it up to $385. If you want to be cool and round it up to $390, that's great. I would be the person to try my best to round it up to $400, because it's 2 zeros. And that's how my brain works. And that's an extra $15 a month that I'm putting away towards myself and my end goal. So you can't really be upset, either way how you decide to save. Whether you round up or whether you don't decide to round up, at least having a plan and having a budget is what's important, because you know where your money's going or where it needs to go and how long it needs to sit before you can use it. And I like these methods, or the method that I use, because yes, this $385 a month, but I create booking plans as well. So this is a savings plan, but then I make a booking plan so that I know, all right, once I have 3 monthly payments of $385, that'll be however much money, I can book this. I got 2 more monthly payments sitting in there. Oh, I can book this now. And that's how you book a trip over a year.
See,
There's
that's what
nothing
I'm
that
talking
says
about.
that you have to
Strategize
book
and
a trip
monetize.
all at once, right then and there. I've never been able to do that. Never. At least not until now. Now I have the opportunity to, as well as offer that to other people, because again, travel is sometimes expensive. So now, as a travel agent, I have the ability to help people travel who need help with their finances. So
Girl, what you got?
have been certified in this program called Uplift that helps people financially by giving out loans for travel. And now, don't think like a personal loan from the bank or Credit Karma or any of those little envelopes you get in the mail.
Right,
Not one of
Discover
those.
card
It's
trying to
really,
get me.
really simple. It's just, at first, it's a soft credit check just to get your estimate, and we do it right over the phone together, me and you. You don't do it by yourself. And I have a copy, and then you have your own personal copy as well, and you do it over the phone. And there's even information that I don't even get to see, like your personal social security number, your income. I don't get to see any of that. But the great thing about Uplift is that you can basically, I don't recommend doing this,
But you have up to 11 days before you have to travel to get an uplift loan. Don't do that. But you have the ability to. Now, if you like me and you want to think ahead, okay, oh, I'm not leaving until next year, but I could use this loan to go ahead and pay everything off.
I could do that?
Yes, you can do that with Uplift. You can. You very much can. That's why I'm very, very excited to use it. And I want to tell everybody about it. Because the great part about Uplift is that if you know how much you can afford a month with your monthly payments, and it's less than you think it is with the loan, also dispersed over 12 months on its own, a lot of times people are able to afford more within their vacation because it's broken up into monthly installments, just like the way you save. So Uplift is, whew, praise the Lord, y'all. Praise the Lord.
Won't he do it?
But yes, so that was the end of equation B, and that was the end of all of our equations. Actually, it's only 2. It's really not that hard, y'all.
Says you ain't been the one stuck at home, but let me listen.
For travel, but there are some key things that I do want you all to consider and to remember. The first and foremost being that nobody can determine your budget but you. You. Don't let your friends peer pressure you. Don't let your parents make you feel bad for being broke. If you're not broke, don't make other people feeling bad. Don't make other people feel bad for being broke, because that happens more often than you think. Sometimes people just want to go and they can't. Their financial situations don't allow them to. I'm not going nowhere for a couple months. I'm a whole travel agent. You don't know how much it hurts? It hurts a lot. But everybody can't do it. So don't put somebody else down just because, you know, they can't afford or they're not able to, you know. Let me talk to y'all now. I don't do no equating. But just because somebody else can't afford something that you can afford doesn't give you the right to make them feel bad. And you should not feel bad if you feel like you can't afford somebody else's vacation either. Because at the end of the day, even if you go with other people, that vacation is yours. The experience is yours. The money, more importantly, the money is yours. So if somebody want to be mad that you can't go, tell them loan me $500 and then help me out.
Right. Y'all must gonna pay my bills.
If they don't want to do that, then you create your own budget, your own savings plan, or I can help you create a savings plan as well. And you work that budget for however long you want to work it, and then you go. And you will feel so proud and so accomplished for being able to do this. Knowing that you can pay, I think everybody knows that when you can pay your own way through, it make you feel so fantastic. Adulting.
Hey, you like, yeah, I did that.
So don't let anybody discourage you. You're the only person in charge of your budget. Secondly, speaking of which, planning and budgeting will always make this process so much easier. Always make it easier. It's one thing, you know, for you to be like, oh, I got an emergency, I gotta go. How much will this cost? I gotta be there next month. That's one thing. It's a whole different thing if you throw at me, oh, I want to go to Jamaica with 4 people for $1,200 total. No. Not at all. That is not how that works. Have a plan. Budget. Especially with groups. Talk about it. Especially the total trip cost for your shared experiences. Because I didn't even talk about group trips. This is just individual travel. Group trips is a whole different thing because you have to determine, okay, what are the shared experience costs? Such as lodging. If all of y'all are staying together, like in the villa or in a bungalow, are y'all all going on a one package tour that's only one cost for the whole group? Everybody has to pay that part of the group. If y'all are going to dinner and y'all are, I don't know, booking out a room or reserving a private space, is everybody going to chip in for that? So there are a lot of different layers to planning when it comes to traveling, but I always encourage you, have your itemized stuff. Know how much every single thing goes. Know how much every single experience, tour, bus, plane, whatever you want to experience has a price tag next to it on your checklist so that you can know how much all of your total trip costs are. And once you know those, or even if you don't know those,
I sure don't know those.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Even if you feel confident that you've created this budget, but it hasn't really been working for you the way you want it to, or it's too expensive still, or you change your mind, you don't want to do this, or whatever, but you don't know how to fix it, ask me. It's my whole job. I really don't mind helping people set up their budgets, and I'm actually creating products that'll be on my online store in the next couple weeks, so you can buy your own savings plan breakdowns, your own budget planners. It'll come with tips and hints and tricks of things for how to save money, or how to buy and book things cheaply. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, never be discouraged if you need to ask for help. Please, especially when it comes to buying stuff. Because you can't always take back finances. Money is concrete, desires change. So that will be our travel tip Tuesday for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I'm gonna make sure when I upload it to try and flip it around if it's backwards. I really hate that it was backwards. I didn't think that through. But we're learning. Progress. I can't really leave the house anyway because, Corona. Corona tripping y'all. But don't get me started. But thank you guys, everyone who joined in, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week, next Tuesday. Drop a link in the DM if you want a specific topic or anything that you want to hear as well. I'm always open to ideas. I just talk about stuff that I experienced, but if you want to learn something, please let me know. Click the link in our bio on Instagram at Dawn and Dust Travel. Anything from me is Dawn and Dust Travel, but specifically click the link in our bio on Instagram if you want access to our website, filling out vacation forms, things of that nature, anything, information or resources that you might need. Click the link in the bio and we can get started, y'all. Make it happen. Corona not gonna shut us down for forever. I'm planning to get out the house as soon as possible. All right, so let me help you. Help me help you. All right, y'all have a good one. Bye bye. All right.